Hi guys, welcome to another Premiere Pro tutorial. In this video, we are just going to spend some time looking at the timeline just to get a basic understanding of how timeline actually works. So if I just go full screen right now, and I can do that by either double clicking here in this portion or by using the keyboard shortcut, which is the tilde key. So now the first thing to remember is that you can use plus minus keys on your keyboard just to zoom in and out of your clips. Now, if I select this clip on my timeline and if I press plus key, Premiere is going to zoom in to that clip, and if I use minus key, if I press minus key, I will be zoomed out of my clip. So that is very handy. Now if you've got multiple clips on your timeline, you can also use the backslash key, and the backslash key is actually going to fit everything. It's going to try to fit everything within the space on your timeline. Now there are up and down arrow keys as well, which are going to move you to different edit points within your sequence. And if you want to get to the start of the sequence, you can either use the home button, home key on your keyboard. If you don't have the home key on your keyboard, you can simply use the FN key with the left arrow, and Premiere will take you to the beginning of your sequence. Similarly, if you want to get to the end of your sequence, you can either use the end key, or if you don't have the end key on your keyboard, you can use the FN key with the right arrow key, and Premiere is going to take you to the end of your sequence. You can also add more tracks just by right clicking. If you want to add another video track, you can right click in this area and then simply click on add more track. And if you want to add another audio track, you can right click in this audio area and you can add another track. So another very useful thing to remember is that you can actually add markers in the timeline. So let's say if I have this clip and I want to color grade this clip, but not now, at a later point, so I can literally leave myself a kind of a reminder, and I can just select this clip, and either I can press this icon here, or I can use the keyboard shortcut, which is the M key. And now if I double press this M key on my keyboard, I can actually add a description as well of what I want to get reminded for. So let's say in this case, I want to color grade this clip later at some point. So I'm just going to write here color grade, and now you can see that I've got this marker on my clip. Now this is how I can actually add a marker on my clip. But let's say that if I want to add a marker on my timeline, just to kind of give myself a reminder that I have to insert here another clip or another still image, I can do that as well. All I have to do is just have to unselect the clips, and I only have to select the timeline itself. And I'm going to do exactly the same. I'm just going to press the M key or use this icon here on the left. And if I double press the M key, I can again leave myself a note here, a description of the marker here as well. Now, if you have set up multiple markers and now you have reached a point where you are reviewing everything and you are just basically getting yourself ready to export everything, and you just want to kind of go through if you've not missed anything, so you can actually look at all the markers that you've set. And you can do that either in the project panel, or if you can't see the marker option in the project panel, you can go in the Windows here, in the Windows tab, and then just click here on the markers, and you will be able to see all the markers that you have set yourself up in your timeline and on your clips. Now you can go through these one by one just to make sure that you've not missed out on anything, and just to kind of giving yourself a final check on your timeline and on your clips. Now, one more thing in the timeline you may have noticed is that these yellow and red lines. Now, yellow line basically means that Premiere can handle this clip and will play it without dropping any frames, and it will kind of give you a fairly accurate representation of the clip. But this red bar that you can see over here, that actually means that there is some heavy sort of stuff going on in this clip, like effects or graphics, and Premiere would most probably would drop a few frames when playing it. Now we can actually see ourselves by clicking this banner in the program monitor and then selecting this button that says, selecting this option that says show dropped frame indicator. Now let me play this clip so that we can see what is going to actually happen. So now you will notice that when I'm playing this clip with the yellow bar on its top, the light stays at green and there are no issues in playing as well. But as soon as we get to the red part of the clip, the light is going to turn to amber, and it will also tell us how many frames Premiere is dropping. So now to play back this video without dropping any frames, we will have to render it. And we can just do it by marking the in and out points on the part of the clip that we want to render. So if I mark the in point by pressing the I key at the start of this part, and if I mark the out point by pressing the O on my keyboard in the end of this part. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to go in my sequence tab at the top, and I will select render into out, and I will let Premiere render this part of the clip, sorry. And now that we can see that the clip has been rendered, and you can now notice that the top bar, which previously was in red color, now has turned to green. So if I play this clip now, you will see that we're not dropping any frames at all, and it plays absolutely fine. Cool. So that was all the things that I wanted to cover in this video. I will now see you again soon in the next tutorials. Till then, you take care of yourself.